everybody, this is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be doing my review for the new movie, Good Boy. So, in this movie, a loyal dog moves in to a royal family home with his owner, Todd, only to discover supernatural forces lurking in the shadows. As dark entities threaten his human companion, the brave pup must fight to protect the one he loves the most. And just reading that plot synopsis just makes the movie so heartbreaking. So I love the gimmick of this movie. It's a horror movie told through the eyes of a scared dog and everything. And they could have easily made it like Courage the Cowardly Dog and stuff, but they really don't. And everything, they play it in a more realistic light and stuff. Everybody has had a pet that just sometimes stares in the corner of the room or at the ceiling, like they're seeing something you can't see and everything. Everybody's had that moment with a pet and everything. I have quite a few times and always felt really anxious and stuff because it's just like, what are you staring at and everything. But this movie does it really well. Indy the dog, though, like, gives a really great performance. Like, I'm not really one that really talks about dog actors very often because not really that I have anything against them or anything, just they don't really stand out to me like human actors do. I guess maybe it's just because I'm a human, I don't know. I don't hate dogs by any means whatsoever, but Indy is just a really lovable, adorable dog that you just can't help but like. He seems like a really good dog and everything, and really sweet dog, and you really care about him and stuff. You just can't help but love him. And I gotta say that Indy the dog did a really good job, and he lived up to the title. He's a really good boy. He did a good job in this movie. And I also love that, like, at the end of the movie, like, they showed how they got the dog to act and everything, and how, like, even though he looks like he's scared all the time, he's really not. He's just really lovable and trying to have fun and play and everything. But the lighting and the effects of this movie, they were able to make it dark and creepy and stuff while filming scenes in the broad daylight or whatever. And it's just really, really well done with the technicality side of this movie and everything. Like you wouldn't expect it to be the way it did. It was. They put a dark filter on it and stuff, and a lot of the scenes that were dark were actually shot in well-lit rooms and everything, and the dog didn't even know he was on a movie set and stuff, and I thought that was pretty good. Ben Leonberg directing is really great in this movie. Sam Bose-Miller's score is amazing too. I think he did a really great job, and between the score and the sound editing and mixing, it really helps give this movie an eerie atmosphere and sense of dread throughout the whole movie and everything, and I think that's done really, really well. Also, the cinematography is great too. There's some really creepy imagery throughout this movie as well and everything, and there's some really intense moments and stuff and everything. I will say that there is a plot twist at the end of the movie, and I kind of saw it coming. I expected it and everything. I didn't, and it played out exactly the way I expected. I don't know if I'd say that's a negative, but it is something I wanted to bring up, that like I kind of figured out how this movie was going to end. And it wasn't really even because the trailers showed too much. I just kind of guessed it and everything. And it's kind of weird on that. Like usually when movies have twists and turns and stuff, I usually don't catch it, but this time I just kind of expected it and everything. And I will say it was executed pretty well though. So I'm not saying it's a full negative, but I will say it was a little bit predictable. And I do feel like this is the kind of movie that should have probably been a short film and stuff. It kind of gets overplayed a little bit. And the movie's only an hour and 13 minutes and stuff. I think if they would have cut off about maybe 30 minutes of it, it would have been more effective as a short film and everything. But for what it is, it's a really good time. I don't know if it's going to hold up very well on rewatch, if it's going to be one that's very rewatchable. But especially as a one-time watch and stuff, it's definitely worth checking out and everything. And it was a really good theater experience. Like, I was the only one in the room, and I did feel tensed up in my seat the entire time worrying about this cute little dog and everything. So it is effective and stuff. So they did a good enough job with it. It just, yeah, I don't know if it's one that I would say is a instant classic that I'm going to rewatch all the time, but I could see me rewatching it every now and then, but it'd probably be a while before I do and everything. Not because I think it's a bad movie, just it's not one of those rewatchable ones. There's a lot of great movies that just aren't really rewatchable, like Schindler's List and stuff, and this is kind of one of those that I don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much on rewatch, especially after seeing the behind the scenes stuff at the end of the movie and everything. It just it was interesting and awesome to see that and everything, but knowing that the little guy was happy all the time, I'm probably not going to be able to unsee it when I rewatch it and everything. But it's a good movie and everything. It's definitely worth checking out for the gimmick of it and everything. Like I said, it's not a masterpiece or anything like that, but it's a good enough time. And I will say that Indy the dog gives one of the best performances of the year. Even though he's a dog, he does a really great job. And definitely one of the best dog performances I've ever seen, really. And everything, because he carries this movie really, really well. And everything. I definitely would say he's probably given us the best dog performance since Marley from Marley and Me. And everything. But anyway, I'd say I'd give Good Boy an 8 out of 10. It's definitely worth checking out once. And everything. Like I said, I don't know if it'll have that rewatch value because I haven't rewatched it yet, but it may or may not. It's hard to say. Some movies like this do, and sometimes they don't, and everything. But this is somewhat kind of like a Paranormal Activity movie told from a dog's point of view, except it's not really got the shaky cam and stuff because it's not like found footage and stuff. So that part was pretty cool too. But the way they move the camera and have angles and stuff where it feels like it's from the dog's perspective is done really well too. Everything, and like it's just really good suspense movie too. Like it really keeps you on the edge of your seat and has a lot of creepy moments and stuff. So, but anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Good Boy, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And have a good day, everybody.